Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the lunar eclipse. It is on September 7. It's at 15 degrees of Pisces, and this, along with the solar eclipse that's on September 21, this is a pair of pretty intense eclipses. So we're going to concentrate in this video on the lunar eclipse and what it may mean for you. This video is a little bit different than my usual videos. There's no tutorial in this video at the end because I wanted to really focus on the eclipses and give you more information. And so those tutorials will be coming back after we finish eclipse season. Okay, Taurus, this eclipse, while it's generally harmonious energy for you, it's still an eclipse, and eclipses bring change, which is generally not your favorite thing. And this is really talking to you about the community around you, your friendships, and your connections. And so eclipses tend to close doors, and so it's possible that an important relationship, well, specifically a friendship or acquaintance, that relationship could be waning or ending. Maybe the person is moving away, maybe you guys are just on two different paths, but it is highlighting this energy for you to give you this, either this opportunity to go and rekindle this relationship or to move on very deliberately so that you can make other connections. So now you're really busy, and of course people are more cautious than ever. They're not being as social as they used to be, and that means that making new connections and friendships can be challenging, but certainly not impossible. So the idea here is that the eclipse could open up some membership in an organization or some invitation to a group where you're in a safe environment where you can meet new people. So this could also be something where you yourself decide to be the hub and you say to your friends, let's bring in more people. So who are the friends of your friends? And giving more people a safe and nice place to meet and connect. And of course, the bigger lesson for this eclipse is how, if we are not valuing something, that it can be lost. It can be just go into the ethers. And so this could be that you're recognizing that this particular friendship is important, and so it is worth the time and energy, or the friendship in general is important, so you're going to allocate some resources of time and energy to go pursue friendships. It's also quite possible that others will recognize how valuable your friendship is and pursue you for a deeper connection. So if you were given the chance to completely change one part of your life, what would it be? Take a moment and think about this, because oftentimes that answer will tell you where the eclipse is falling in your chart. And so when we have an eclipse, especially an eclipse that affects the sun in the chart, what gets affected is how you describe yourself to yourself and to others. Then, just less than a month later, Venus opposes the eclipse degree, and that happens on October 1st. And that's going to be some sort of maybe announcement about commerce, about prices, about goods, because Venus rules the Taurus energy, which is the stuff that we want to have. Now, probably the 410 hit is considered one of the most stressful because it is about home and career. And of course, you can mitigate a lot of this energy by leaning in and making as many changes as you can in those areas. Now, when it comes to love relationships, specifically new love, Mercury is making a semi-sextile with Venus. And that is that, love can be here, but it doesn't seem to be coming at the most convenient time. Or there's something that feels a little tiny bit stressful about the connection. Maybe they live far, or maybe you haven't done this in a while and you're just meeting them for the first time. And so the semi-sextile says that the energy's there, that there are real possibilities, but that there is a tiny bit of discomfort to get over. And it's really minor. This is a minor aspect, and so but it's sometimes so easy to just take the easier path. And so this says, all right, I'm going to inconvenience myself a little bit, but the potential is that you could meet someone for a love relationship. Now, when it comes to existing love relationships, there's no aspect going on between Venus and Pluto. However, Venus is making a nice sextile with Mars, and this means that the two of you could have more harmony and just more fun over this next couple of weeks. Now, it's interesting because during eclipse times, one or both of you could be pretty stressed, and so that can mean that with the sextile that you come together to support each other, and in that you feel the closeness, you feel the connection. And doesn't necessarily stop the external things from happening, but you know that you're together, shoulder to shoulder, and helping each other. So over the next 2 weeks, with the sextile, you can solve problems together, but you can also feel closer because you're dealing with something as a team. Now, when it comes to your money, you pull money from Mercury, which is moving closer to the sun, which is good energy for you. This means that you're on the right track, that you pull out your list of things to do for your money-making activities and you start checking those off because you're heading in the right direction. This does say that there's more opportunities to be creative, to find creative solutions, and to maybe get others involved, but you as the leader of this. So that might mean that you are, getting friends to help you, or connecting like with your kids to say, help me with this computer stuff. But you're the leader in this. And again, you seem to be heading the right direction for this. And now it's just time to do the next step and then the next step. Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, Mercury's not making an aspect with Jupiter. They're in harmony by sign, but they're too far away from each other to be talking. And so some of that can indicate that maybe you feel a little detached from your finances right now, and it takes a little extra effort to go through your statements, to get your broker to call you back. For business things, there are some disruptions that we've been having because Uranus is in Gemini, and that of course is affecting the energy of Mercury and your money. And so, but as we go, there's going to be more opportunities because of this Uranus. And so right now, over this next 2 weeks, it's like you're making about the same as usual, and you need to do a little bit more effort to get the information that you're looking for. And that's mostly because your attention is elsewhere. So it takes more effort to put your attention and get other people's attention to help you out. Now, when it comes to money derived from career, so that would be a paycheck, Mercury's not making an aspect with Neptune. And also the eclipse energy is really activating this energy, or this area. And so it is quite possible that something is disrupting the normal flow of paychecks. Now, that can be that you're changing jobs, and so there's a little bit of a gap. This could be that you're in the process of getting a raise and you haven't received it yet. But you also have to be aware that this energy is volatile enough that if you feel that your job is at risk, it would be good to start looking around or talk to your supervisor and see what you can do to shore up your position. So it's quite necessary right now with eclipse energy that you actively pursue it. If you actively move towards something, you get much better results. Now, again, overall, you're not showing as much of a disruption in this area. It's just that this is affected by the eclipse, and so if you already suspect that there's going to be a problem, that may happen. And it's really good to look around to see what other people are saying about how stable your company is or what kind of changes are going on. Again, if you are looking for something new, though, this all of this changeable energy could be explained by you just changing jobs. Now, I have pre-recorded a class on these two eclipses, and this class covers what houses the eclipse is going to fall in your chart and the planets that could be affected. If you want to know more about this class and get access, there is a link in the description. Or consider having a reading, and that link is also in the description.